Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're dreaming of a garden bursting with life, it all starts right here, with the perfect beginning for your seeds. Today, we're diving deep into creating the ultimate germination medium. Forget those expensive pre-mixed bags from the store. We're going to craft our own custom blend that will give your seeds the absolute best chance to sprout strong and healthy. It's easier than you think, more cost-effective, and honestly, it's incredibly satisfying. So grab your gloves and let's get our hands dirty. First things first, why bother making your own mix? The answer is control. Commercial potting soils are often too dense and can contain fertilizers that are too strong for delicate seedlings. They can hold too much water, leading to rot, or not enough, leaving your seeds high and dry. A proper germination medium needs to be light, airy, retain just the right amount of moisture, and be sterile to prevent diseases. Our goal is to create a fluffy, welcoming bed for our seeds, not a heavy, waterlogged blanket. Let's talk about our core ingredients. We're going to build our mix around three key components: a base, an aerator, and a moisture retainer. Think of it like baking a cake. Each ingredient has a specific role to play. For our base, the star of the show is peat moss, or its more sustainable cousin, coco coir. I'm a big fan of coco coir. It comes in a compressed brick, and when you add water, it expands into this beautiful, fluffy material. It has a neutral pH and excellent water retention, but it doesn't get compacted. Peat moss is the traditional choice, and it's also fantastic, but be aware it's slightly acidic. Now for aeration. This is crucial for preventing root rot and allowing tiny roots to breathe and grow. Our go-to aerators are perlite and vermiculite. Perlite looks like little white styrofoam balls. It has actually volcanic glass that has been heated until it pops. It's incredibly lightweight and creates air pockets in the soil. Vermiculite is a mineral that looks like shiny golden flakes. It also provides aeration, but it has the added bonus of retaining both water and nutrients, which it releases slowly to the seedlings. You can use one or the other, or even a mix of both. I personally like using a combination to get the best of both worlds. So let's get to our recipe. A classic foolproof formula is the 1-1-1 mix. That's 1 part base, 1 part aerator, and 1 part compost. So you'd use 1 bucket of coco coir, 1 bucket of perlite, and 1 bucket of finely sifted compost. The compost is our gentle nutrient source. It's important to use finished, mature compost and sift it through a screen to remove any large clumps, sticks, or rocks. We want a fine, uniform texture. This blend provides structure, drainage, moisture retention, and a mild dose of food for when those first true leaves appear. Let's start mixing. I've got my large mixing tub here. It's always best to mix more than you think you'll need. You'll always find a use for it. I'll start with my block of coco coir. I've already pre-moistened it according to the package directions, and you can see how it's fluffed up beautifully. I'm going to put about 4 generous scoops into my tub. This will be my 1 part for the recipe. Remember, the part is just a unit of measurement. It could be a scoop, a bucket, or a coffee can, as long as you're consistent. Next, I'll add my perlite. I'm adding 4 scoops of perlite to match the coco coir. A quick tip when working with perlite, it can be a bit dusty. So it's a good idea to gently moisten it with a spray bottle before you mix, or wear a mask to avoid inhaling the dust. This keeps the dust down and makes for a more pleasant mixing experience. You can see how the white perlite immediately lightens up the darker coir, both visually and in terms of texture. Now for the vermiculite. I'm adding 2 scoops of perlite and 2 scoops of vermiculite for my aerator part. This is my personal preference. I find this combination gives me a fantastic balance of drainage and moisture retention. The vermiculite will act like a tiny sponge, holding water and releasing it as the mix dries out. This is a lifesaver as it gives you a slightly wider window between waterings, which is great if you have a busy schedule. Finally, the nutrient component, our finely sifted compost. Here are 4 scoops of my beautiful, dark, earthy compost. It smells so good, like a healthy forest floor. Sifting is key here. You don't want your delicate seedling roots to run into a big, undecomposed stick. The compost provides a gentle feed for the seedlings once they've used up the energy stored in the seed itself. This is much better than a harsh chemical fertilizer, which can easily burn the tender roots. Now for the fun part, mixing it all together. Use your hands. It's the best way to feel the texture and ensure everything is evenly incorporated. Break up any clumps of coir or compost. Your goal is a mix that's uniform in color and texture. It should feel light, fluffy, and slightly damp, like a wrung-out sponge. When you squeeze a handful, it should hold its shape, but not drip any water. If it does drip, it's too wet. If it's dusty and won't hold together, it's too dry. Adjust with a little more dry mix or a spray of water as needed. This consistency is the sweet spot. Once your mix is perfect, it's ready to be used. You can fill your seed trays, soil blocks, or small pots. Gently press the medium down to eliminate any large air pockets, but don't compact it. We worked hard to make it light and airy, so let's keep it that way. Now you're ready to sow your seeds, confident that you've given them the absolute best environment to begin their journey. Any leftover mix can be stored in a bucket with a lid or a sealed bag for several months, ready for your next round of planting, and there you have it. Your very own professional grade seed starting mix. By making it yourself, you not only save money, but also gain complete control over what your plants are growing in. You've created the perfect 5-star hotel for your seeds. It's clean, comfortable, has great room service with just the right amount of food and water, and plenty of fresh air. Your seedlings will thank you for it with vigorous, healthy growth. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this inspires you to mix up your own batch of germination medium. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more gardening tips and tricks. Let me know in the comments if you have your own favorite seed starting recipe. I'd love to hear it. Happy gardening, and I'll see you in the next video.